Hello students, welcome back to my channel. In our previous lecture of Standard 12 Computer Subject Chapter number 2 CSS and JavaScript, we will discuss about some of the essential concept of JavaScript. I will revise some of the concept and then today we will discuss the script. In your textbook, the script is not print properly. In some textbook, it's not visible. But I will explain each and every line of this script in detail. Now, let's revise some of the concept of JavaScript. We learned in our last lecture that var is instruction to create variable. It must be in small, and x is variable itself. Single equal to symbol is used to assign the value of variable. We also discuss about if condition, that if overall answer of if condition is true, it will go inside the curly bracket and follow the steps, and if it is false, it will skip the bracket, and in a situation else keyword available, it will go to else keyword. Double equal to will decide whether both the item left side and right side they are exactly same or not. Double equal to will give you answer true if both the side the items are same, otherwise false. Two parallel line is known as OR operator. Now this line already asked in board exam number of times, so please remember the symbol. This two vertical line is considered as OR operator. It considered as OR operator. Now we will start the script. In our script we mention that on submit means when somebody click on submit button, go to function validate form. This is function validate form. So we are saying that go to function validate form, and after the process of these curly brackets over, return. So that's why we mention return over here. Go to function with intention to return. We already create one box whose name is name itself. The name of the box is name itself. The name of the whole form is JS1. Now we will discuss the whole script in three situations. Now the first situation mentioned over here is in this box right now, for example, cursor available. You can able to see this is the blinking cursor, and right now this blinking cursor is available. Okay, fine. Now what we have to learn is if somebody click on submit button right now, then what happen? See, we already clarify when somebody click on submit button, go to function validate form. So it will come over here in the curly bracket of function validate form. Here it create variable whose name is x. What will be the value of x? It mentioned that go to document. Document means this white area. In that white area there is a form whose name is JS1. That form has a box whose name is name, and that box value assigned to x. Right now if you see only cursor available in the box, that means the value of variable x is double quotes 2 times. In Java language, double quotes 2 times means blank. So right now the value of variable x is blank. Now we understand if condition. X means double quotes 2 times is equal to null. We are saying that both the side it is same. This double quotes 2 times is equal to null. then that is called false because they are different. Then OR operator, again X means double quotes 2 times. Now double quotes 2 times is equal to double quotes 2 times. This condition will become true. Now in the case of OR, we required one element required to be true. Then overall statement will become true. If the whole sentence is true, it will go inside the bracket. Inside the bracket, alert, one box will display. And what is the message in the box? Please enter your name. After showing the message, focus function will put the cursor on the box whose name is name of the form JS1 at document area. And then this function will return with value false. Now whenever function return with false, browser aware that form will not submit. Form will not submit. We will practically do this. I try to click on submit button. I hope you notice it shows the message alert box. Please enter your name with one button. It can be asked in exam that alert box has how many button? It has one button. Okay. Till I not click on OK button, it won't go ahead. If I click on OK button, focus, cursor will be in the box and form will not submit. Now second situation, even cursor also not available, and if I click on submit button, then again it understand on submit, go to function validate form, so it will come here. Then it create variable X, it assign the value. Now it's not blank because cursor is not available. In the absence of cursor or even cursor also not available, the value of variable X is null. Null means even cursor also not available. So right now the value of variable X is null. So now null equal to null, that is true. I hope you remember here it was X, so I am putting the value of X. So null equal to null is true, or again X means null equal to blank, that is false. Now in OR condition, minimum 1 required to true, so here overall sentence is true. So again we get alert box, again the focus cursor available in the name box, and return false, form will not submit. You look at this, form will not submit, alert box, see. Now suppose if I write in this box FCHS and if I click on submit button, then again the process is same, go to it will go to function validate form, it will create variable, but now the value of variable X is FCHS. So here it put if X means FCHS equal to null, that is false, or again it was X means FCHS is equal to blank, that also false. So overall sentence is become false. So it will skip this curly bracket and it will return without false. That means it return with true, so form will submit. Look at this. Now no alert box. I hope you notice carefully. Now no alert box, form will submit. So this is your script explained in the textbook. My request to all the students is just take a screenshot or write down somewhere in your book the whole script, because in some textbook it's not print properly. So if you want to revise something, it will be helpful to you. I am just removing all extra elements so that it will be easy for you to understand. So this is your script. Okay, now we understand the essential topic of the script from textbook. On page number 36, it mentioned that we have a function validate form. Now we have a question how to understand what is function. In 99% cases, if any word end with a round bracket, whether the round bracket contains something or not contain anything, that is considered as function. So here alert is function. It ends with round bracket which contains something. Even focus is also function because it contains round bracket. Validate form is also function available with round bracket. If you want to define your function, you have to start with function keyword. By writing function validate form, you are defining your own function. So validate form is considered as user defined function, and its name can be anything. I can write here XYZ, no problem, because I am defining. And if you notice, focus is also function, but it does not start with the function keyword. So it is predefined, or we can say built-in, or we can say inbuilt function. Same way alert also not start with the word function, so it is inbuilt, built-in, or user defined. So when we say function, then there are two types of function: user defined, or second is predefined. But predefined is also known as inbuilt or built-in. These three words absolutely same. These are those function predefined, means we not define it. It defined by JavaScript developer, JavaScript people. So look at the textbook. A function validate form, we also create variable x. We have a conditional statement. If we have a built-in, see, built-in or inbuilt or user defined, sorry, predefined is called alert function. Built-in or inbuilt or predefined, that is alert function. An object name document. Now what is called object? See, you can see dot here. The word before dot is known as object, and the word after dot is known as property or function. Here it is not end with round bracket, so it is property. Same way, if you keep this dot in a center, then JS1 is object and name is property. If you keep this dot in center, name is considered as object and focus is considered as function. Why? Because it ends with round bracket. So document is object and method name focus. Method, function, they are same. Remember students, these words are absolutely same. Function, method, routine, subroutine, procedure, message, reusable block of code, operation, all these are same. All these words are absolutely same. Why I give you the list? Because the same list will be helpful to you in chapter number 6, 7, 8, 9. So please take a screenshot or write down somewhere. Okay, so we can speak in which way? Focus method or focus function. Now let's discuss all these points in details. Now the first point is a function, also called routine, is a reusable block of code that perform a particular task. All the function reusable, you can use them again and again to perform a particular task. A function is defined by the keyword function and the block of code written in curly bracket. We already discussed that the keyword function is used to define the function and the instruction of the function available inside the curly bracket, which is known as block. It is known as BLOCK, block. Now here validate form is a function. Now these both the line where my mouse cursor is moving, these both the lines asked in board exam 4 times, important. Next, JavaScript provide some inbuilt means predefined or built-in functions such as alert, and the alert function takes the text and display it in an alert box. So whatever mentioned inside the bracket as an argument or parameter, that will display in alert box. Remember students, if you mention inside the round bracket something, then that is called as either argument or parameter. Now next, here when you call the function hello, it will display alert box with the message hello students. Now the function will execute by an event or some activity, or when it is called, when it is used inside the source code. This is called source code. It can call when event occur, like submit is an event. On submit means when the activity or of submit start. A function can be called anywhere from within a source code. We can define the function in the head or body section of HTML code. We define the function validate form in the head section. I hope you can able to see between head and slash head, we define the function validate form. A function is called by its name. It can take the value inside the parenthesis. Students, please underline this word. Parenthesis means round bracket. Parenthesis means round bracket. So this is called parenthesis. This is called parenthesis. And if something available inside the parenthesis is known as parameter or argument. This value is passed as a parameter to the function. Sometimes you want the function to return the value. In our case, here the function return false if it is inside the curly bracket. This is possible by using the return statement. The use of return statement will stop the function from executing and return the specified value. So it will return some specific value, in our case false. Whereas in our example, the function validate form is called on the click event of the submit button. So it will go for click event of submit button, that is called on submit. Thus, when the user click on submit button, which is known as an event, the function is loaded. It will load the function, it will go to the function validate form, and the statement inside the validate form function will be executed, and then the function returns the false value. If it is inside the curly bracket of if condition, it will return false value. The next topic is events. Now this topic is very important from exam point of view because it contains this kind of table. Remember, whenever you see this kind of pink table, there are very high chance that MCQ can be asked from this kind of pink table. So you need to understand it properly, okay, and by that way you can able to understand other topic also, because other topic depend on that pink table. Now we understand the events. Now JavaScript is useful in creating interactive web pages which responds to the action performed by the user. Like the interaction between the user and the web page cause browser to generate an event. In your words, some activity, clicking, dragging, stopping, selecting, moving, printing, pressing the key, all these responds with events. So in other words, when the user does something, an event take place. Any activity of user, event take place. See the table. About event. Loading of image is cancelled. Like you are working on internet, one image load on the screen, and when the image load half 50%, you click on cancel. So at that time, which event occur? Abort event occur. Blur and focus, this we discussed together. Second one, blur and then focus. Now blur means what? Element becomes inactive, and focus means what? Element button becomes active. Okay, so how to understand them? See, I add something so I can able to explain you properly. Okay, now we will try to see this. Now when a particular box get the cursor, right now this particular box get the cursor. So for first box, which event occur? Focus event occur. But if I press tab key, then first box lost the blinking cursor. So for first box, name box, it occur blur event. I hope you observe, it's become inactive and second become active. So for the box which become inactive, which event occur? That is called blur. Click is used to click the element, like the way how you clicking. I am opening help menu right now. It is click event. Change means value of a form field is changed by the user, means user try to change something and accordingly the response comes. Like for example, when you are typing the password, it shows message strong, weak based on your typing change. Error, that is error occur during loading of the document or image. It shows sometimes the page cannot be displayed. At that time error event occur. Focus, that is element such as button becomes active. I already explained. Load is very interesting. When document or image is load. Okay, like for example here if I write in the body tag on load is equal to 1.mp3, means I am saying that when somebody try to open my web page, play the song 1.mp3. Or if I mention facebook.com, that means I am saying that when somebody open my web page, load Facebook also. Sometimes if you notice, if you try to open one web page, at that time it will open some other web page also, that is on load. Then on mouse over and on mouse out. Look at my mouse cursor. This is on mouse over. I hope you see the background color of the window menu change. It is blue background. And on mouse out. I repeat, on mouse over, on mouse out. Okay. Reset, when you click on reset button, the whole form is reset. Okay. Select, that is user select the form field. This is select event going on. See, the block is available. This is select event. Submit, on submit I already explained. Unload means user leaves the page. Means if you try to open Google, it shows 10 pages at bottom. Now when you click on 5th page, that means for page number 1, 2, 3 and 4, which event occur? That is unload. Unload page 1, 2, 3, 4, so that load page number 5. Next, when an event occurs, a specific JavaScript code is executed in response to a given situation. Like for example, we mentioned that when somebody click on submit button, go to function validate form. This JavaScript code is known as event handler. Okay, it's known as event handler. So event handler names are kept at the same, that is like event. So for example, submit is event, but on submit is called event handler. So click event will have event handler on click. Likewise, submit event has a event handler on submit. So here we use on submit event handler. I hope you can able to see. This is event handler. In our example, we want the validation to be done when the user clicks on the submit button, that is on the submit event. So we need to use the on submit event handler, and therefore in figure 2.18 we had added an event handler on submit, and this event handler will call the function validate form, and the function will return a value either true or false. Well, it depends on whether the name field has a value or null value. If it has value, your form will submit, otherwise your form will not submit. The next concept we have to discuss is variable. Variable means you are able to vary the value, you are able to change the value. Okay, so please underline several points which I announced. In our example, we discussed this. Varx is equal to document.js1.name.value. So here we declare a variable whose name is x. Please underline this sentence. It asks in board exam 3 times. Okay, a variable is a container for storing data. Means variable act like container because it store the data. Remember that the variable in JavaScripts are also case sensitive. So if I create variable, say for example, if I create a variable whose name is A, I am not able to write this. The reason is what? I define variable A in small, then when I want to assign the value, it requires to be small. This will give error. JavaScript will tell you that I don't know which variable A you are talking. You cannot say A is here, but it is small. You have to write A small over here. It is case sensitive. Capital and small matters a lot. So variable X is not the same as variable capital X. The variable can store number, underline, numbers, strings or text. And in JavaScript we can declare variable using var keyword. Remember, var is a keyword, instruction to create variable, and X is variable itself. So we have an example on page number 38. var X is equal to 3. var Y is equal to hello. var Z is equal to hello students. If you notice, if it is words, it must be enclosed in double quotes. The next is if statement. Here also 2 lines you have to underline, 2 sentences you have to underline. You must be familiar with condition statement if. Now the conditional statement if is used to change the flow of program. True means inside the bracket, false means keep the bracket. So it is used to change the flow. The if statement evaluates an expression to validate specific condition. It is used to check the condition. Please underline, if the condition is true, then the program enter in the blocks, means curly bracket, and execute the statements inside the block, that is curly bracket. If it is false, it will skip the block and go to else. In our example, we have used the if statements to check whether the variable X is having null value or not, whether X is null or not. If the variable X is having null value, then the statement inside the block will be executed. So if the variable X is null, okay, that means if it is null, then it will go inside the bracket. You can able to check that if the value of X is null, then null equal to null, so it become true, so it enter inside the block. Block means curly bracket. Now this paragraph is also important from exam point of view. Next is browser object model, BOM, or we can say document object model, that we discuss in our next lecture. Till then, if you have any doubt, please ask me in comment section. If you have any suggestion, you are free to express yourself in the comment section. You can able to give your opinion about the video. I am desperately waiting for your opinion. Okay, please take care of yourself. God bless all of you.